Hello. You know what? I'm taking this out. Okay. One of my books that I draw on and everything like that. Drew this. You saw this picture here. One of my favorite drawings I did. You can see Zeus there. Our brother, the one that fucked us over. You know what? We're gonna fuck him too. Alright? Not like that. Don't be nasty. Alright? But if you ever play Tekken, this is what I made. Elisa Baskanovich. Pretty cool. Made her into a TheSkullKlown character. One of my favorite characters to use in Tekken. But let's talk about these motherfuckers. Let's talk about these wicked beings. Alright? For crying out loud, man. My 6 wives will be like my Astro Realm 6 wives. They will be here soon. I hope you guys know that. So is my my Cosmic Intelligence Neptunians. They're gonna come here soon also. They already know what time it is and everything like that, so they'll come. They're probably already here as we speak, just kicking ass in the Astro Realm. That's really it, But the reason I want to talk about this is because these wicked beings. The reason the title is called "Wicked Beings versus the TheSkullKlown" is because these wicked beings. I fought these wicked beings. We've all fought in past lives and all that shit. To these wicked beings. I fought these evil beings before, what type of evil beings I fought? Well, a lot of people always end up fighting, like different types of beings, like goblins or orcs or even succubuses or and what's the male for succubus? Incubus? I believe incubus. Is that what it is? Incubus? But and some other beings too that really don't have forms. Some of them just have light, and since we're all light energy at the end of the day, we fought them like that too. But there's one that looks like an insectoid and all that shit, Gray, Draco and all that. All these beings, all of these wicked beings that have sold their soul. Even some of our Anunnaki brothers and sisters, alright, sold their soul to make a quick buck. To make sure we fell down in vibration. Which is terrible. It's terrible. And all you Dracos, all your orcs, all your insectoids, your family members are pissed off at you. The ones that went rogue on the universe and went rogue on the law of the universe against the universe herself and him. Because obviously there's the goddess, her, and then her son. And / her man, him. He made us. Some of us here were before, obviously, like I was with him when he made all of our brothers and sisters. Not to say there was not some of us here, anyways, of course, but we made more. There was just a small minority of us. Then we expanded more and more, as we should. I mean, we're pure chaos energy. We come. We in a way, we don't have an origins. We don't. We've been around since before time and start of time. We're infinite. We can't die. We can't die. Some of you Caucasian people can. Because your soul is made different than us. Okay? And that's not disrespectful or anything like that. That is a fact. That is true. Why? Because your Caucasian people were made by Zeus. And Zeus made you in different types of hodgepodge, and then he put his blood in it. Okay, that's why you have that humanoid shape. If he didn't put that, that's why you have that god shape, the Greek shape, as they want to say, But even if you didn't get that blood, you would look like a straight monkey or a type of animal. You would look like this. Actually, good thing I actually have this. See, things happen for a reason without you even thinking about it. Sometimes, man. That's how the universe works. You gotta pay attention sometimes, man. You do. Because the universe talks to you. And when she talks to you, you gotta listen. You do. You gotta listen. You got to listen. You got to. Even if it's just for a little message. For a brief little thing. You just got to listen. And it's good to listen. Mother Cosmos, Father Cosmos, They love us. They do. They don't want us to break the law. They don't want us to get hurt. They don't want us to look at them and be like, fuck you, basically. Because then they're going to be like, what are you talking about? We did nothing to you. All we did was gave you life. That's what we did. And how do you repay us? You know, it's like that. You know? And when you think, and when, you know, when people want to go around here and date their different species, you can do what the fuck you want, but just so you know, there's consequences to that, alright? Even when I was when I was younger, I wanted to get with a white chick and shit like that, you know, but I didn't know why and everything like that. Now I know why. But I never end up with a white chick. I never end up with no chicks at the end of the day. You know, the universe had different plans for me. Just wanted me to focus on thyself. I should have focused on thyself more and love myself more, you know? That's the real reason why I think I haven't been in a relationship. Yes, you can go up to a person and ask them and all that shit, but again, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to do that? How are you going to push yourself to it, you know? Especially if you feel that type of way of like, oh, you know, they're going to say no and everything like that or something like that, and you might not even know. You might not even know. Sometimes it's good to take your advice and just saying it and then don't do it. I've learned that before, and hey, we're still learning sometimes. Sometimes we talk about stuff like this, and sometimes we don't take on advice. That happens. Why? It's because we want people to be better than us. Yes, we want people to be better than us. And that's it. It's almost like how the universal God and father and mother are. They want us to be better than them, you know? That's why we're their children. You know, every time we break the law of like getting with another species and stuff like that, they get pissed off, and then they wonder, and then people always wonder why their lives are so shitty and shit like that, even if they don't believe in God or they following like a fucked up religion, or they just think they can do what the fuck they want to without any fucking goddamn consequences, without fucking researching. There was a video that I saw saying that the sister, what is it, Redirect, the sister, she mentioned one of her videos, the title was called, hey, if a black man is with a white woman, leave them. Basically. She didn't flat out said it. It just was in the title. And most people might come to that video and be like, what do you want, you know, most so-called Hispanics and so-called black men would look at that and be like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to leave my white wife, my Caucasian wife, with my mixed children? Look, I know you love your kids, but did you love your kids when you were with that black woman, Hispanic woman? No, sink that in. Because if you didn't, why would you want your kids? Why would you want to take care of your Caucasian wife when back in ancient times she brainwashed you to fuck her? That's why you're with her at this point in time. Did you know that? Did you know what happened to you back then is happening to you right now? Nothing's changed. That's why people say that there's no time. There isn't. There's no time. The same shit that happened during slavery is still happening now. It's just different now. It's just different. It's just a little different. But still the same. We're still in slavery. Alright? Don't tell me that we're not slaves. We're fucking goddamn slaves. Alright? You need to pay for fucking food and fucking rent. You're a slave. You're a slave. You're a slave. Alright? And some people might be like upset and be like, oh no, I'm not. Fuck you and shit. Look. It's a fact. Alright? You have a social security number? It's a fact. You're a slave, dude. You're a slave. The only way you can get out of that slavery mentality is that if you wake the fuck up. I'm not saying, you know, all of this stuff that, you know, social security and all this money and all that shit, all the stuff that I talked about, this shit's going to end eventually anyways. That's why when people say save money and shit, I'm just like, why? This system's going to fall anyways. I understand maybe saving, you know, copper or gold or silver, which some of your money is. You know, like the change and shit like that, which they want to get rid of. They've been trying to get rid of that a long time ago anyways. That's why stores don't even want you to use pennies. Why they don't want you to use pennies? They're made out of copper. That's what we are. We're made out of copper. And you got to pay attention to that too. Abe Lincoln is on the copper 1 cent. What does that tell you? He was a copper. He was a brother. The Abe Lincoln you see with pictures and shit, that's not him. That's not him. That was some other dude. There's a real picture of Abe Lincoln literally looking like a brother. He's dark-skinned because he came out of his mother's vagina and her mother was black. That's what makes you into a cosmic being, if your mother is black or Hispanic. And if your mother was not Hispanic or black, guess what? You're not a brother or a sister. Look, this is not downgrading Caucasians. It is what it is. For crying out loud, in ancient times, some of your Caucasians wanted to help us to stop this shit happening. And we didn't mind it. We wanted you guys to help us. We wanted to help you. Alright? It was the same thing. For crying out loud, when these evil beings showed us what you look like, you look like this. You look like that. All disgusting and shit. But that wasn't the first thing we thought of. When we saw it, we were like, oh shit. But we took care of you. We loved you. We helped you evolve. You know, we made you stand upright. We made you walk and everything like that. We made you feel sophisticated and all that. All these freaking rich people that wear top hats and all that shit and go like this and all that shit. Yeah, we taught them that shit. We taught them that shit. And how did they pay for it? And how did they repay us in return? The founding fathers, how did they repay us? They fucking kill us and slaughter us. Because that was their plan from the beginning. Even when they were fucking monkeys, that was their plan for the beginning. Not all of them had that plan. Some of them were naive, just like the rest. You know, not all of them. But some. They were like, yo, man, what the fuck's going on? Why are you trying to go after these people that literally took care of us and made us? Why are you going after these people? You know? And then the founding fathers will always say, oh, because they got these powers that we don't have, so fuck them, they don't deserve it. That's the thing. You can have these powers. That's one of the reasons why the reasons why Zeus gave you his blood. There was a fight between Zeus and his brother, Enki and Enlil, to see if you can open your third eye or not. And guess what? Enki lost. He lost. He lost. Some people might say, oh, no one won because it was a nuclear test that happened. And yes, that was like one of the, I believe that was one of the very first nuclear bombs that was on this planet. That told the universe, oh, you're smart enough to make this, but you're dumb enough to use it. Nothing's new under the sun. We did the same shit. We did the same shit. Back what? When we were bombing, when we were doing, atomic testing and shit. That echoed in the universe. And that told the universe, yeah, you're smart enough to make these weapons, but you're so dumb. You're so dumb in vibration that you can't fucking understand that you're not supposed to use this shit. We were high vibration back then. But Mother Cosmos saw that and she was like, are you guys dumb? You two brothers are fighting and you dropped a nuclear bomb on me. Are you dumb? And it doesn't even have to happen on her. It can happen on Mars. It still echoes around the universe. She feels that shit. Okay? And fucking, what was that? That documentary of, Divine Insight, I believe. I think that's what it's called. I feel like I want to say Divine Insight, but I think I'm wrong. Divine something. Something that has David Wilcock and all that shit. Yeah, I know. Some people might be like, oh, but David Wilcock, is a reptilian and shit like that. I saw his, reptilian's eye and everything like that. I'm not going to argue with you. I saw clips of him like that too. I don't know if he's a good reptilian or not, but to be honest, there's some things that I found out from him recently that I'm just like, huh. It's funny that you kind of trust, somebody, and then when you trust, it's funny. That's why a lot of colored people can't really trust a lot of Caucasians, man. Because you might be like, oh, I get you, I know what you're saying, in a spiritual way, and then when you become more higher in vibration, and you look at what they're doing, and you be like, how come you're not talking about the stuff that I just learned about all people? You're talking about other extraterrestrials are fucking evil and shit, and you want us to contact them. Are you high? Are you high? That's how I know you're working for people that are fucking corrupting and evil. I don't give a fuck if you're not even working with the Cabal. You could be another branch of the Cabal fighting with the Cabal. It doesn't matter. That's what Trump was doing. Why do you think they didn't want him in office? It's stupid that no one didn't see that. You know? Most people are like, oh, but he tried to help us and shit. No, he was planned. He was supposed to be there to begin. He did his job. He did what he's supposed to do. Be there and fuck the system and then leave. That was it. And then die. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. That's all he was supposed to be doing. Was there supposed to be more than he was supposed to do? Yeah, but it doesn't fucking goddamn matter. Because they all work in the same boat, in the same fucking umbrella. So that's why he had to be killed off. Right? Same thing with Obama, or his wife, the kids, all of them. All of them. All of them had to die. All family members had to kill them off. Same thing with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Shout out to Raj Jamal. These celebrities aren't around anymore. All you see is their clones. And it's funny that obviously Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't want to, speak the truth. They kept that shit. They took that to their grave. Yeah, we did all of that shit, but we're not saying anything because we're fucking going to go to our graves with it. Yeah, go ahead. But guess what? They're not dead. Their physical avatar is dead, but their spirit body is still around here, man. In this fucking, in this planet. Not in this planet, but on this planet. And they're looking for bodies. They're going to start body snatching to people now. Alright? That's already started. That's why a long time ago I kept saying, meditate. Stop eating meat. Do what you have to do to become better of yourself. Get the organ thing, get, magnets and stuff like that, and make towels and stuff like that. Just do that. There's a lot of stuff that you're supposed to do. That's why some people can't take the sun, even if you color. Some people are like, oh, I'm so hot, I don't want to be right next to the sun. And I look at them like, don't be an orc. The reason you're like that is because you're eating terrible shit. I'm not saying you don't have to eat terrible shit. Look, sometimes you can have, if you want, have ice cream, have a chocolate bar. If you're feeling that, sweet toothness. I have a sweet tooth. Kind of like yesterday, I had fucking chips and fucking nuts and shit and chocolate. But after that, I drank what? Water with lime, which is good. Highly recommend it. And then I meditated for at least 5 minutes 3 times. Sometimes I either do it 10 minutes 3 times or 5 minutes 3 times. Either way, it's fine. As long as you meditated. Even for a second of you going like, literally helps the brain. Just by you doing that for a second, man. That's how powerful meditation is, people. And people think it's a joke. People think that, oh, nothing's working. Imagine, use your imagination. When you talk to yourself while you're meditating, you see a whole bunch of things. You do a whole bunch of things in the astral realm. And your brain is flexing. Your brain is literally flexing. And some people's eyes might, vibrate a little. Because that's you in the astral plane. Some people don't get that. Oh, why are your eyes moving like that? Your eyes move like that too when you go to sleep. No, they don't. You don't. Yes, they do. You just don't know that. That only happens when you're sleeping. When you're in the astral realm, you're dreaming. But when you're meditating and those eyes are happening like that, it's because you're in the astral realm. You're seeing shit. You're imagining shit. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Pure imagination. That's why they made that song with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. I love that song. I really do. I love that song. You know it. Right here, man. Right here. Another song that I do like is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Even though if you really break down of it, it's about probably most likely adrenochrome and MK Ultra mind control. But that song, Over the Rainbow, in Wizard of Oz, I'm sorry guys, that always makes me cry like a bitch. I'm going to say that right now. That always made me cry. I don't know why. And it's only her version. Just the original version of Wizard of Oz. Anyone else can sing it, I would never cry. But her singing it would make me cry. For kind of while, I think Selena, the single Selena, she's singing that song and that didn't make me cry. But she did. The chick that plays Dorothy in Wizard of Oz. You know? And that movie speaks in itself of how this world really is. You know? These wicked beings have been around for a long time. We created them for a reason. But they went overboard. They did things that they was never supposed to do. They basically violated the laws of the cosmos. Did we did too? Oh, yes, we did. That's where we felt a little bit of frequency. And again, these motherfuckers took advantage of it. They took advantage. If we fell right now, more, even farther, guarantee you take advantage of it. Guarantee you they take advantage of it. Guarantee you. Right? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They will look at us and be like, they're right for the picking. We can feed. Remember, these beings don't have to feed physically on you. They can feed your vibration if you're low. Especially if you have a duty mind, basically, a fucked up mind. If you don't have a right mindset, then what's going to happen to you? I remember not having the right mindset, but I woke up. And I became more spiritual with myself. More in tune with myself. And I decided that, you know, at first when I was doing the whole meditation stuff, I was still doing my mundane day, eating meat and all that shit. Then I started watching videos, more and more, brothers and sisters, and I was just like, I started, you know, doing what they were doing. And I became more high frequency and having more dreams and stuff like that. Knowing more about thyself. That's how I found out that I was healed before anything. Right? That's how I found out. I found out that I was healed before anything. I found out that Sirius Temple was right. There is, like, when remember the whole point, remember that old video that I made in my other channel, I was going to redo it, of like all flat earthers versus the globalists. I was going to say that you guys need to stop fighting with each other, because at the same time it's both. It's both. The planet itself is not flat. It's not. But what you think it is flat, you flat earthers, is not what you think it is. And most people are like, oh, yeah, it is. No. What's after, what is beyond the ice capsules? What's beyond the ice walls? People, they say that those ice walls are around our globe. It's not our globe. Even if you look at the map itself on Google, you have ice in the bottom, ice in the top. How come you can't go bottom? It's because that right there is what they want to keep us. They want to keep us inside that circle. You see how that works? But in another layer, if you break that ice, there's another layer, and then another layer, and another layer. Shout out to Rajamad, because he said the same shit, and I was, when he said that, I saw it clearly even more. I'm just like, that's exactly what I saw. I didn't see the whole range of it, because I didn't went up to the sky and look down on it. I didn't do that. I was standing on top of the ice, looking beyond, and I was like, yo, there's a lot of land masses out here that they're not fucking telling you. Why do you think there's a picture of a man, you know, when there's like, oh, they show like a, you know, a dome around, but a guy is going right through it, and he's like all shocked and everything, but you see like mountain areas a little bit. It's not really mountains, but it's like layers of strip going beyond. Basically, people think that's space, and at first I thought it was too, you know? But then I realized, no, that is the part of the planet that they want to keep us away from. Why? Because there's other beings out there that they couldn't fucking conquer and destroy. They only could conquer here. This planet is way huge than what you think it is, people. They lied to you. They lie. They've been lying to you since day fucking goddamn one, since you came out of your mama's vagina. Since you came out of your mom's portal. Yes. Okay? They've been lying to you since that day. Want to show you what a globe looks like. And then, you know, you get the flat earthers that say, oh, you know, that's fake and all that shit. Yeah, it is fake. Because they're not telling you what it is. Look, when it comes to the flat earthers, I understand what your view is, but the planet itself is not flat. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. When you look above, it looks flat. Then I will agree with you. And when I told my friend about that too, you know, he believes, you know, the globe and all that shit. I do too. But he doesn't believe in the flat earth. But when I told him about the flat, you know, when you look down and it looks flat, he's like, yeah, of course. No shit. And that is the model that they use to look down on us. And for crying out loud, a long time ago, man, I got out of this realm. And this is a computer, man. They showed you in Rick and Morty, when Rick and Morty were like fighting and they were expanding, all of a sudden you see like a dome, Earth. Even though there's electric seas, even though there's like beams on, basically you have like, this is the dome basically, but you have like pipes and all that sticking there and shit like that. And then there's like a big area that looks like something you see in Tron. That's a building that you can look inside and you can put yourself in it consciously, like you see in that movie, the 13th floor that you see in that movie. They plug themselves in and they go inside that dome that people like to call it. No, it's a planet. It's a real physical thing, but when you go to it, you plug yourself in because you're in the spirit world. You plug yourself in, you're going to it. And then when you go to it, this is where these evil beings dwell in Rome, basically. Some people might say we put them there just for them to not escape. And we put ourselves there just to learn. And then eventually took over, which is true. Half true, not all true. Like us putting them there, basically, to make sure they don't get out and shit, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I won't be surprised we did that though. But to me, I think that I don't think that's true. I'm not saying that it's been talked about and shit, but I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just mentioning it because it could be possible that, hey, maybe someone did talk about it. But I'm going to mention it here that maybe that's most likely false. That we put ourselves in here, you know? And then all of a sudden evil beings started coming in here. Because we made these evil beings. Right? We made these evil beings so we can test ourselves. This is all a test. And these evil beings know it. Right? And most people are like, then why they do the sex trafficking and all that? They went too far. They was not supposed to do what they were supposed. They weren't supposed to do what they're doing right now. That's why back then in Egypt, you had good beings and bad beings, but they both knew what they had to do. They had roles to play. Same thing with Osiris and Set. They both understood they both understood what roles they had to play. So they played them. They played them. Some people might be like, then that's fucked up. You know, like, for example, Set is born and automatically he's just pure evil? That's some fucked up shit, man. Like, what if he was a baby? Pure evil? You know? Some people might think like that. But it's what it is. You can't have good without bad. At one point, there was all good. And then evil came. Quote unquote evil. Remember, there's no such thing as good and evil, thinking it makes it so. You know? So, there's not really good and evil. It's just what it is. There's good thing that's happening in the universe. There's some things that bad happen in the universe. But at the end of the day, these wicked beings went far enough that we told them plenty of times, don't do this, but they do it. Because everyone has free will. We have free will. That's why no one's not stopping you if you date someone from out of your race. But they will look at you and be like, even the Mother Cosmos and the Cosmic Father, they will smack the shit out of you. They will smack the shit out of you. Alright? I won't do it. But if you ever see them, you'll be like, cosmic mother and father. They will smack you. That's the first thing that they would do is smack you. They won't say hi. They won't say, oh, how you doing, baby, and how you doing, child. They will smack the shit off of you. Can you blame them? You're dating a race that had you enslaved, gang raped you multiple times, killed you, made you had sex with them, gave birth to their kid, and enslaved them, or had sex with them, or sold them off, or killed them. Because, hey, that's not my child. I want to say this to you Caucasian males. They don't fucking rape or date a fucking color woman if you're going to have their child and you look at it and you're like... Because at that point, if they had a brother like me, I would cut your head off. I will cut your head off and I will make sure your own child sees it. So the child can know what a bastard you are. Right? What? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Your excuse is invalid. I don't have to listen to your fucking excuse because you're a fucking rapist and a child molester. Fuck you. Right? You deserve to get your head cut off on a stick. Right? So that baby can know that their father was a fucking molester and deserved to fucking goddamn die. I want to know my father. My father was a piece of shit. You want to know your father? That's a skull right there. Say hi. Say hi. What, the child is going to get a revenge on me? No, he or she won't. If you tell the child what is real and don't lie to the child will understand and be like, oh, well, that's not me. It's like, of course it's not. You were born in a circumstance in a fucked up circumstance. We'll always love you. Our mixed children, we will always love them. But we never have the Caucasian people love them. Some will, but majority of them, they'll like high ranking and all that shit and think they're tough shit. No, they won't. They will never think that. Because some of these Caucasian people think that they're part of the founding fathers. No, you're not. If you were, you won't be paying bills, you dumb motherfucker. At the end of the day, you're just as black and Hispanic as us, you dumb motherfucker. Alright? Seriously. And some of you Caucasians know that and they eat you alive. Every day eats you fucking alive. Why? Why do you want to be part of a species? Why do you want to be part of family members that eats babies, rapes babies, and sells babies, and does anything that they could to make sure you're dumbed down? You want to join that family. That's the family you want to join. That's the family you're like, It's sick. It's fucking disgusting. It is. It's fucking disgusting. Did your parents raise you like that? If they did, then they're stupid too because they weren't part of the fucking founding fathers. What did they get? My land? Our land? That's all you got. And ever since you got that land, you've been fucking like, yeah, I'm better than you. I recently passed a whole bunch of fucking suburb areas when I went to, Walmart and shit like that with my sister and brother-in-law. And when we were going, back and forth, once we went to the store and then came back from it, I was looking at it and I told them, all of these houses, all these Caucasian people that they all live, they're going to have to give these houses up. And I'm not the only one that thought about that. And I'm not the only one that said that too. When someone else said that, I forgot what was I feel like God Jamal said it, but I'm not gonna, don't quote me on that. Maybe it wasn't him. But there was some spiritual YouTuber that talked about it, and I was just like, thank you. Because I saw the same thing. All these Caucasian people are going to leave their homes, and they're going to give it to us. Some of them not by willingly, some of them we're going to have to do it by force. When the time comes. Right? Because you Caucasian people are supposed to be here. In the ghettos. Oh, that's fucked up. You see how that works? You see how that works? You're saying it's fucked up because in your subconscious mind, you want us to be in the ghetto. Well, why do you want us to be in the ghetto? Your ancestors were in fucking caves. Don't tell me you don't live in the fucking ghetto. Alright? Don't tell me you live in the ghetto. Don't tell me you don't live in the ghetto. It was rightfully for you. Alright? So, that's fucked up. Tell your founding fathers that. Tell your founding fathers that. Maybe you don't deserve to be there. Because, you've been treated the same way like us. But with the founding fathers and their family, they deserve to be here. I think we can all agree with that, right? They were fucking eating each other and killing each other. Every time we fell in frequency. Every time we raised back up, we became gods and goddesses again. While they kept eating each other. And fucking killing each other. And trying to take our women and shit. Try to kill them and rape them. Obviously, we didn't let that happen. Once they even got a whiff of them trying to do that, we killed them. We got rid of them. Why do you think some of their children were pissed off? There was a animated series that's called Goblin Slayer, I believe. In the beginning of the episode, you have 3 characters, and all those characters die. One gets eaten. One gets killed by goblins. The other chick gets raped by goblins. And the other, well, there's actually 3 chicks. One gets raped by goblins, one dies, and the other one pisses her pants. And then a warrior comes in, kicks all the goblins' ass, takes the one that pisses herself, has sex with her, and she becomes a badass. Because in that, it's funny, because this is, I won't be surprised if this is true. Because they're showing your animes, so these characters, the reason they lost is because they didn't have sex. Yes. These characters died early in the show because they didn't have sex. The reason the other chick that pissed her pants that didn't die is because she was paddling. She was like a white mage, basically. With a white mage, they're not supposed to be like that. But if they do have sex, they become more of a white mage. They become like a sage and shit like that. They become more powerful, more badass and shit like that. When I found that out from this anime show, I'm just like, I'm telling you, people, sex is a very powerful thing, and they want you to abuse it like fuck around here. Right? So most people are like, so that means that if I haven't had sex, I'm going to die around here? Hey, I guess you didn't got that experience, that love grind. Oh, man. Fucking animes, man, when they do that shit. And when you really think about it, it's like video game-ish. And it is. It is. There's another anime that's called, Don't Get With a Girl from a Dungeon. I think that's what it's called. It's a long name, but it's a good anime. It's a really good anime. Highly recommend it. And they talk about a lot of stuff that are like stuff that we used to do in ancient times. For crying out loud, even one of the gods, she's a goddess. She went with a human, basically. She like, that was around the time when, all these gods and goddesses want to mate with humans, which you weren't supposed to. But hey, it is what it is. I just want to know, you're paying for it at the end of the day. The children are not. The children will never pay for it. As long as they don't, if they grow spiritually and all that, then yes, they won't follow what your parents did. For example, if you're a mixed child, and either your father or your mother are Caucasian, and your mommy or daddy or color, it's best to say that you should go with a color person because you're more color. It's the most dominant gene, dude. It's the most dominant gene. I don't know what to tell you. Why do you think in ancient times? Why do you think in so-called slavery, when the white man raped the colored woman and she had the child, he looked at the baby like, because what was dominant? The color. She was more dominant than him. And he's like, no, that's fucked up. That's bullshit. I'm the man. I should be more dominant. That's the mindset they try to have, and they still have that mindset. Some people around here, when you tell them that, hey, the planet is a female, they want to laugh at it and be like, if the planet's not female, nothing won't grow. Hello? Same thing with Mars. Mars is a female. Nothing wouldn't grow. Oh, it doesn't grow now. Well, it has water in it, right? It has water in it, right? It has water in it, right? And there's even beings that live in the hollow Mars. Same thing with here on hollow Earth. Right? But all of that's going to change. People from the hollow Earth are coming back here. Because they belong here. They belong here. And some that don't belong here are going to get their ass kicked. And they're going to die. They're going to die. Most people are, oh, that's fucked up. What, you're going to do it? Some of our family members, yeah. But if not us, the planet and the sun. And trust me, you rather have us do it. Because if the planet and the sun does it, the sun and the planet is going to kill you slow. She's going to kill you nice and slow so you can suffer. We're just doing it quick. So which one you rather want? Which one you rather want? Look at these vampire movies when the sun beams at these vampires. They get tortured like crazy. So, but when you see Dracula movies, when they want to kill Dracula, dead. Right away. Right away. So which one do you want? Which one do you want? Suffer or not? To be honest, I'd rather make you suffer because you did the same thing to these little kids before you ate them. And raped them. It took their adrenochrome. Not so much that they'll be dead and shit, but enough that they look like a zombie like this. Notice that shit, man. That's how you know they're probably not their kids. That's probably, they kidnapped them. Or they got them in orphanage. Right now, Angelina Jolie, with all her kids that she got, yeah, that's all being out there. That's all being exposed. She got them by sex trafficking. Yes, she got all her kids from sex trafficking. Okay? All of them. All of them. It's funny that she got some, brothers and sisters too. Why? Why do you want that? Why do you want colored children, Angelina Jolie? Because you know that if you took their blood, you actually be ageless. All blood is very powerful. Not to say they won't use a Caucasian kid, but they will use a color kid more. Even though they probably can't use carbon. We're made out of carbon. But hey, it's blood at the end of the day, so if they drink it and all that, it gets them crazy and high and shit like that. And if they put it in their eyes, which they get the freaking mark of the eye right there, it's happened to a lot of celebrities. And it's happened to a lot of people in the wrestling business too. Good old JR, he had both of them right here. He got those panda eyes and shit. When I saw that shit, I'm just like, good old JR from WWE got those panda eyes, huh? It's funny that they called him good old JR, right? I'm not gonna call him that. Fucking motherfucker. Seriously. Seriously. And maybe he didn't rape no kids or anything like that, but he was a part of this whole thing that he knew about. Some people, when they talk about the left eye and shit like that, when people get like a swole left eye, they want to talk about, oh, they use the worm inside their eye and stuff like that. Which is not, I'm not gonna say they're not wrong. But there's another way you can get that adrenochrome inside of you. You put that shit in your eye. Why would you want to put children's blood in your eye? I don't know. You tell them, not me. I'm not the sick fuck. They are. All right. I can't even imagine that shit. panda eyes and shit like that. That's some fucked up shit that these motherfuckers have done. I would have never thought about that in a million years. I'm dead serious. Look, these wicked beings obviously have been around for a long time. They know what they're doing. You know? But they're freaking the fuck out now. And I've said this countless times before, and I'll say it again. Every time you chemtrail, every time you try to cover up the sun, you're wasting your time of trying to get the fuck out of here. I hope you know that. Most people might be like, well, some of them can't get out of here. Yeah, you're right. But they can't go out of their way and at least try. The reason I'm saying that is because, guys, stop wasting your time and effort to fucking block the sun. It's over for you. Just let it be. Let it fucking be and get the fuck out of here. Then we can finally find you and fucking kick your ass. Right? Die like a man and a woman. Don't die like a pussy. Alright? Seriously. But you know what? You're going to die like a pussy because that's what you are. You are. You're just like Zeus. You're just like Satan himself. A pussy. Really? You don't think Satan's a pussy? Where is he? Where is he? Where's Satan? And I'm not talking about Sashan. Because fuck her too. Alright? Where is he? Where's Zeus? Where is he? Alright, that's right. He's nowhere to be found. Even if I call his name out, he won't fucking come. He's a pussy. Maybe he might come in the, spirit realm and be like, oh, fuck you and shit. And I might close my eyes and I might see him and be like, oh yeah, fuck you. But other than that, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? What the fuck is he going to do? You see, this is why these evil beings can't even come close to me. Because even if they try, they're going to get the fucking teeth of the lion. And they don't want that. Because I would turn into that. And they don't want me to turn into that. Because once I turn into that, they can't stop me. They can't do anything. They can't even throw a nuke at me. They can't do none of that. Hell, even in that form, they can't do anything for me. So imagine that form. Why do you think they made death? They saw that. They changed it a bit, took out, clown makeup and all that shit, but that's death. That's me. The Grim Reaper. That's me. And we all know death is an illusion. Death is not real. But they saw me like that in the astral realm, and they depicted me as like, oh, he's death. He's the Grim Reaper. They were scared of me. They saw that and they knew. They knew I was death incarnate. They knew that I was chaos incarnate. They knew that I was their demise. They knew that I will be the last person they're going to see once they die. Either I kill them or not. I'm the gatekeeper. I've always been the gatekeeper. I've said this before. My old channel, I said that before too. Damn, I wish my old channel was around, man. So I could tell you. It's funny, I want to tell you about that with my old channel. My old channel, I literally imagine myself seeing my old channel in the astral realm. My old channel. I remember all my videos were back, all my subscribers were back, and all that. The channel was back and everything like that. And I'm even telling myself, holy shit, it's back. And I'm speaking it too when I'm saying it. What does that mean? What does that tell you? And I'm feeling it right here just a little bit. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Again, what does that tell you? I'm not going to, repeat myself multiple times, but still, come on. Your dreams are more real than this freaking reality that you see right here. You see, YouTube, I did bought my channel back. Because I imagined it. And you guys can't do fucking shit about it. My videos are still there in the astral realm. You can still look at it. Hell, some of our family members are looking at it right now. Some of the wicked beings are looking at it right now. Alright? It might be gone in this realm, but in the spirit realm, it's never gone. Never gone. It's never gone. That's why they talk about, that's why they talk about, like physical materials and shit. Some of this stuff is you anyways. You could just imagine it right there. Because it's pure imagination. You know? But, before I end this video, I just want to say this. The time we are in right now is very short. We don't have that much. We don't have that much time left. We don't have much time anymore, guys. Next month, and maybe October, like I said before, because the whole thing that they were talking about in October, like the asteroid and shit like that, or the asteroids coming to Earth. No, it's a spaceship. And if it's not a spaceship, then it's a planet. But still, to me, it's a spaceship. It's a giant spaceship that's coming to Earth. It's already here. It's already most likely in seeing view. You just want to spray the sky so you won't see it. And it's happening more potent now here in Massachusetts is because it's already here. And that's why they're trying to cover that shit up really, really good. Because it's here. It's already here. It's already here. Right? That's why they're doing what they're doing here all the fucking time. And look, it's raining. Make it rain. You know, because that's all your orcs can fucking do. Make it rain, chemtrail, and snow. That's all you can do. I guarantee you right now, this year, there won't be a winter. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. And if any motherfucker says that it's just global warming, look at them and just shake your fucking head. Because we're in that time, right now, that we should not even try to wake people up. If you're awake, you're awake. If you're not, well then, fuck off. I don't know what to tell you. Should I say, hey, it's too late for you? I'm going to say, hey, fuck off. Because I wouldn't be surprised if someone did the same thing to me, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I wouldn't have had it any other way. You know why? You know why? It's because people have explored this information and have been killed. Okay? So don't tell me that, oh, you know, it's fucked up that you said that. No, it's not fucked up that I said that. I think it's right that I said that. I think it's righteousness that I said that. Yeah, I said it. Righteousness. Why? Because, again, going back, people have died for talking about this information. And people have been hung for talking about this information. Why? Because people don't want to fucking know the goddamn truth. And people just want to be like, oh, ignorant as fuck. Let's kill the person that has the light bulb. Let's hang the person that has the light bulb and fuck everybody else that doesn't have the light bulb. All the light bulbs turned off while yours is on and they want to hang you for it. And then they want to, and then they want to throw shit at you. The whole Jesus thing, the whole thing of them throwing shit at you and whipping you and shit. Yeah, that's us. That's us. That's what they did to us when no one fucking didn't believe us. Okay? Okay? So don't fuck with me with that shit. Okay? That's what they did to us. And then they want to put it on Jesus shit. No, that's what they did to us. During slavery and during the time, every time we fucking talk the truth. Right? Because back then, during slavery, when we did speak the truth, you know what happened to us? Oh, this guy's waking up. He's going to wake everyone up. Fuck him over. And then when other of our own kind sees that, they get scared. And they don't want to do anything about it. So they stay silent. Oh, I don't want to be whipped. I don't want to be killed. Because they start forgetting it. They start forgetting who they are. Because, again, trauma. Trauma does a lot to the brain. And it moves forward when you have kids. That trauma passes down to your kids. That's why it's good to meditate. That's why it's good to know thyself. So your past lives can rest easy. And your future life can rest easy too. And all they have to do is think that one person that did the work, and that was you. When I think about that for myself, I cry. Because I'm like, I'm doing it. You know, can I do better? Okay, everyone could do better. Anybody could. But the fact that we're doing it is an accomplishment. And tells everybody, and tells me that we are on the right path. And tells me that this shit is over now. It's over. It's over. For crying out loud, just by us, just by 5 people waking up just a little bit freaks them out. So imagine when the whole population wakes up, and they're already waking up. So imagine that. The planet is vibrating higher and higher and higher each minute, each second, each hour. Okay? And sooner or later, you're going to get that big bang. Boom! In the fucking earth. You're going to hear it. It's going to be loud. Loud. And I've heard it. I've heard it. Right? I projected myself a little bit to the, you know, I just projected myself a little bit just to see how that sound would sound. And it sounds really powerful. It sounds like the earth is cracking into 2. That's what it sounds like. And it sounds like also it sounds like the sky is like ripping apart. That's what it sounds like when that big loud bang is about to happen. And that's going to happen soon. Alright? That is going to happen soon. Either you're in this planet or not, it's going to happen soon. Okay? And the people that are in this planet when it happens, yo, that's why I said stock up on food and water. Because the people that have been spiritually within and know thyself are most likely not going to go through that. And if you live in a neighborhood that all of the shit that you hear in the news and all the shit that's happening worldwide hasn't happened in your neighborhood, it's mostly because there's people that are in tune to spiritual with themselves that are making sure that shit doesn't happen. Because they're raising the vibration of this area. And the only thing that they can do to make sure that shit doesn't go down is make it cold. And that still doesn't work. So every time you try to do something, something happens, and they have to do something, and then they can't go back to do what they want to do. Because it's a high vibration that's happening. Every time they want to lower it, it gets higher and higher and higher, and they want to lower it, and then when they do lower it just a little bit, they're like, all right, now let's go back to here. Then it gets higher and higher and higher again, and they're like, fuck. They can't do what they want to do. That's why they're freaking the fuck out. Again, going back, they can't even fucking chemtrail. They can barely chemtrail now. They can barely chemtrail. Why do you think they have clouds covering up the sun? That's the main thing that they could do now. They can barely chemtrail. This is it. Once that chemtrail is stopped, they're going to use the clouds to cover the sky up. But even though, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Because of these clouds are huge, yes, but they're not massive. They're not going to cover continents or continents like our spaceships are. Because those are spaceships. They're just cloaked. And if you close your eyes and you look at it, you'll be like, I can actually see the outline of the spaceship. And then all of a sudden you see doors and shit like that. Because you're visualizing it and you're actually seeing it. You're like, holy shit. I said this in my other video, but I'll say it again. Not so long ago, my grandfather saw a UFO. And he saw inside the UFO, and it had gray aliens in it. Grays. It had grays. I fought grays before. Not a lot like these orcs and reptilians, but I fought them before. And once I fought them before, they haven't really went after me ever since. I never even had a goblin came after me. I had a succubus. I had a Draco. I had an orc. But when it comes to orc and a Draco, when it comes to an orc and a Draco, I came after them. And they were like, no, and I'm like, no, what? Grabbed them by the tail and fucking ripped them, literally ripped the spinal cord out and shit like that. That's what I did. I did that to these Dracos, man. When they saw that, when they saw me doing that, all the other Dracos were traumatized, man. They were traumatized. I looked at them like this. I looked at them like a fucking psychopath too. I don't give a fuck. Right? They're messing with someone that they do not want to mess with. Okay? They say they're crazy, or they say we're crazy, or I'll show you crazy. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Alright? Shout out to fucking, you know, to, freaking, fucking Batman from Tim Burton. You know, the 80s movie and shit. But, that's really it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe when this is on YouTube if you're new. Just remember that these wicked beings are more scared than you than anything. They are. They're more scared of you than anything. Alright? So be safe. Be alert. Stock up on food and water. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And just make sure that you're prepared. Even though you it's funny. Because some of your family members might think you're crazy and shit. But once you stock up on food, water, some of the supplies that you need, you know, like a first aid kit and shit like that, they're going to be like, oh shit, he's serious. I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. You think I'm fucking playing around here? You think when I'm talking is bullshit? No. When other YouTubers talk about it, when other YouTubers I know thyself talk about it, and I see what they're talking about because I meditated and done the work, what do you think? What do you think? Alright? So that's it. And yes, you guys, these orcs that look like this, these orcs, they were mixed with wolf, pig, and snub monkey. And yes, we did have monkeys in this planet originally, but they weren't chimpanzees or gorillas. They were or even a snub monkey. We just had actually no, yeah, I think the snub monkey is the original monkey that we had here. We just had lemurs. We only had lemurs back then. That's all we had. And then eventually Zeus experimented with different types of animals to make Caucasian people. That's just the way it is. You know? Yeah. That's really it. So, don't forget, you know, to share this video, like, and all that shit. And I'll see you guys later. Be safe. And this video will be on YouTube, so if you missed the live, you can catch it on my YouTube. So I won't share it on this page, but you could just go to YouTube, then the TheSkull channel, and it will be there. So there you go. Just put Neten/skull, and that's it. So not slash, but the spacebar and skull. I thought it was I thought it was together, but apparently it's not. You can put it together, but I don't think you will find it. Just put it separate. You know, Neten skull. That's it. I'll see you guys.